40s.
40s is the 40s.
40s is the 40s.
I'm telling you.
I don't want to be 20.
Yeah,
I'm very
you
happy
feel
being...
so free post 40.
Yeah, I agree. I'm finally getting age-appropriate roles. And I'm doing the kind of work I want to do. I don't have a problem playing a mother. I am a mother of a 19 and a 20-year-old. I just don't want to play a mother to somebody who's much older than me.
Firstly, knowingly, unknowingly, as women, if the world is not judging us, we're judging ourselves.
A shelf life for women, which was 18 to 22. They had an expiry date, unfortunately. And after that, people didn't know what to do with these women.
I want people to invest more money in our films.
Yes. At least in my case. I mean, it's kind of changing now, but it's like, या तो role देंगे या पैसे देंगे. Oh my God.
Today I'm joined by the powerhouses of talent, incredible actors, incredible human beings, and who are all set to entertain us with Jalsa, their upcoming film, Vidya Balan and Shefali Shah. Welcome to Bollywood Bubble.
Thank
Thank you.
Bhavna.
Thank you.
I want to know firstly, I mean, both of you have been incredible actors. I think I will sound like a broken record if I keep saying that for a longer time.
No, but you made our day.
But tell me, firstly, are you excited, nervous? Because this is like, the response so far has been great, but the film is finally releasing in 2 days.
Oh, I haven't slept at all last night because today is our first screening. And I just couldn't sleep. I was tossing and turning. और क्या ख्वाब आ रहे थे वो भी मुझे नहीं पता. I'm very, very excited because I'm so proud of this film. I'm so proud of it. And I am anxious and nervous.
I can imagine.
I'm not nervous because I don't know how people are going to react, because I have a feeling people are going to really
like the film.
take it in, but just like butterflies.
What about you, Vidya?
Yeah, I think I'm very excited. But now I'm beginning to feel nervous. Like, अब लग रहा है कि यार 18 हो जाए बस.
I know.
But both of you have always constantly pushed the boundaries when it comes to the kind of films you choose, the kind of films you back, even, sometimes. So, if I may say, when you started off in the industry and today, if you had to look back, what is that one change that you see and you're grateful that that change has finally happened? Both of you.
That women are being seen and portrayed as people, not just women in relation to the men in the story. I think that's a huge change.
True.
And I've been very fortunate to be part of many films that's taking that narrative forward. And there's never been an attempt to make a point or anything, but it's just how cinema is evolving, how women's roles are evolving.
Yeah. I think that has a lot to do with the society as well, because the society in general is also evolving with cinema. So that is a great change, because I see characters which we can relate to in today's time. Earlier it would feel that I can never look like that. Today you feel that, oh, I relate to this character. For you, what is the biggest change that you have personally witnessed?
I'm finally getting age-appropriate roles. And I'm doing the kind of work I want to do. I wouldn't have imagined, or earlier if you would said that somebody after her 40s is going to come into her prime and play leads or parallel leads, it would have been probably laughed at. Because I didn't start as a conventional, I never was the lead, but it's changing now. And which is, touch wood, thank God.
True. I call this stereotypes because that has been there for the longest time, be it age shaming or just, like she mentioned, getting age-appropriate roles. Vidya ma'am, have you ever encountered something similar wherein you are boxed into a certain kind of role and you had to say no?
I think, I started out with a film like Parinita, where I played woman. But I was already a woman. I was 26 when my film debut happened. So, but you know, going from there, they would only offer me intense roles or intense roles, you know, because they felt that, oh, she's able to play, she's just played a role with some emotional weight.
Correct.
And therefore, it was only that kind of role. And I was keen to explore all kinds, which is why when I got offered Ishqiya, I grabbed it.
Yeah.
Because it was another layer that I was getting to explore. So then, you know, slowly, I think, therefore, in my choices also, I've waited it out sometimes to just make sure that I'm not just playing a repeat of another character that I played, or may not be the same character. That's not what I mean, but the same mold.
Correct.
You know.
But was it ever frustrating, that wait sometimes when you know you have so much to offer, but perhaps the directors or the producers are unable to see
No. I think, you know, things have happened very beautifully for me by God's grace. So I was at the right place at the right time. Cinema was, I think, just at that juncture where women were getting more substantial roles, or were playing not substantial. We've had lots of actors play substantial roles, but I think where the woman was taking center stage.
Correct.
So I think I was at the right place at the right time, and I was greedy, so I grabbed whatever I could. So I've actually seen this change happen, and I'm very grateful for it.
Correct. Shefali ma'am, I remember I was reading one of your interviews wherein you did mention very categorically that I don't want to play a mother or like similar roles anymore, because I know now I have different characters to play. You started off playing a mother on screen to someone who was much older than you, but do you ever sort of in retrospect regret that decision?
First, I want to answer the first part of your question. I don't have a problem playing a mother. I am a mother of a 19 and a 20-year-old. I just don't want to play a mother to somebody who's much older than me.
Correct.
Secondly, I don't want to play a role which is just identified by the relationships she has, which is what happens in our society. Women are recognized by the relationships they have. You know, she's Mrs. So-and-so, she's XYZ's daughter, she's XYZ's daughter-in-law. So that is, it's not against a mother, because I mean, it's a very integral part of even my life.
True.
In retrospect, so I did work because I wanted to do it. In fact, something very interesting, Vipul had said, don't do it.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It was Vipul
Yeah,
directing
of course.
And he said, do not do it. And I was like, I'd loved the script, I'd loved the part. And Amitji suggested that, why don't you ask Shefali? And he said, listen, I don't think it's a good idea. I was like, yeah, I'll be working with two of my favorite men. I was maha excited working with Vipul and Amitji. So it was my choice. There is no point of doing a retrospect, because I did what was right for me at that point of time.
Correct.
Today, I might look at it differently, but why waste time and energy trying to analyze what I did years ago?
And I'm so happy that both of you are sort of getting the kind of roles that you want to play, characters that you want to, portray on screen. Vidya ma'am, I remember at the press conference, you said that finally I feel that I can embrace the grey in me. Now is why I have able to say yes to a character like this. Where did that shift happen for you? Because it did take you a little bit of time.
Yeah, it did. I think the pandemic changed something in me, deep within me. You know, the fact that I think, firstly, knowingly, unknowingly, as women, if the world is not judging us, we're judging ourselves.
True.
So, you know, through all the roles I've played, I've always wanted people to have some sympathy or empathy. Empathy, more importantly, for the characters. So here, I think I felt like maybe it'll be difficult to have empathy for her. Maybe you'll judge her more easily, and maybe that's why I didn't have the courage before the pandemic. But when the pandemic happened, I realized that there's really that argument. holds
No,
no value at all. You know, we're all human beings, and like Shefali said about that decision being right for her at that point of time. For each one of us, what we decide is the best that we know
correct.
at that
Correct.
particular point of time. I think I had that realization during the pandemic, which is why I could then say yes, and thank God I said yes. What an experience it's been.
Thank God.
No, because I am very excited to see you in that character, because I've not seen you portray something like that. And Maya is something very eccentric in ways, at least to me when I see the trailer.
Right.
For you, I wanted to, I mean, when I looked at the trailer, it's like, is this the same Shefali that I've seen in Human, or in, like, you know, Dil Dhadakne Do, or Delhi Crime? I mean, it's completely different. And so, was that one of the reasons also to say yes? Like, is it a conscious effort to pick up characters which are very different from each other?
Well, obviously, because I don't want to get bored. And there is so much to explore.
Yeah, true.
But, you know, like, it's not like mujhe, you know, ke, oh my God, what is this guy? It's not like I don't want to play Godfather all the time. I mean, that's not my intention. Like Vidya very beautifully says, you know, there is extraordinary that comes from ordinary.
True.
And
Completely
I think, I mean, so yes, it is a conscious decision to not keep doing the same kind of work. But more than that, there was much more to Jalsa, and there was much more to Rukhsana. And thank you for saying what you said, because then my pursuit of an actor, I mean, my pursuit as an actor is to become these different people.
Correct.
I don't, you know, when people say Shefali did that role well, thank you. But I don't feel I've done it good enough. When they say, oh my God, that's Rukhsana, and then that's Gaurinath, and then that's Vartika Chaturvedi, I think it's, wow, fine. I mean, I can become different people.
Yeah.
Which is...
No, but in your case, I have to say that, you know, people mean the characters when they watch it, but sometimes with time, because we are inundated with so much, it's easier to say...
No, true.
Yeah. But there's no doubt that I'm only thinking Vartika when I'm watching Delhi Crime, or,
Right.
you know,
I
I've
completely
never
agree
seen
with
you
what
in
she's
any...
saying, yeah.
I've never seen you in anything you've done.
And that is so cool, right? I mean,
Yeah.
same goes for you, Vidya Bam, to be very honest. It's not like whenever we are seeing a character, it is always just that, not really Vidya Balan. And I think that is the beauty of both of you. That's why I say incredible actors. You know, another stereotype which I have always seen is the fact that at least पहले ये होता था कि talent की क्या ज़रूरत है? You have a good face, and I mean, women are usually reduced, or I would rather say were reduced to just being a pretty face on screen. Thankfully, that is changing today. But I want to know from both of you, do you really see that change? Because we talk about it for sure, but I want to know from you, do you see that change in the industry?
Oh, most definitely. You know, I think beauty is as beauty does, and that's where we are today. I think we are also beginning to appreciate as a society that beauty is not any one type.
True.
You know, we're all, I'm talking about just physical beauty also. And then what makes someone really beautiful is their spirit, their fire, their drive, their compassion, their kindness, so many things.
Yeah.
You know, and that's what you're seeing on screen, because you're seeing different facets to a woman, and not just seeing her, like you said, as a prop, or then as a sacrificial goat.
Yeah, true.
You know, it's no longer unidimensional. I think actually women roles are being very well written today.
True. Can I say I'm so happy to see that change, because for the longest time we have been waiting for that. Right?
Yes.
Another very good thing, Shefali ma'am, I want you to respond to this, because yesterday in Ask Me Anything, or just Vidya ma'am did something, and someone commented, what kind of fashion do you prefer more? She said sari. I know, as a matter of fact, for the longest time Vidya Balan has been sort of targeted for wearing saris, or just being trolled in ways.
Really?
Like, yeah, just people saying
I thought
that why,
if anything,
you know,
should be admired for
I know
it.
that. I remember she did a reel also saying that I can ace any sort of clothes. You remember? You did something that was very good, in fact. I want to know from you, have you ever sort of faced something similar, a stereotype in ways at which you had to, like, sort of push the boundaries and just say that please just get done with it?
Well, I guess as far like the roles that I used to get offered, and it's also in connection with the earlier question that you asked. That earlier there used to be a shelf life for women, which was 18 to 22. They had an expiry date, unfortunately, and after that, people didn't know what to do with these women. So they were somebody's auntie, somebody's chachi,
Daughters,
neighbor,
yeah.
friend, mother, etc., etc. And today, I can proudly say that I have, and it's not just my doing, it's actually the doing of directors who trusted me to playing a center of something. And I've done that after 40s. And I mean, if I assume that's a one-off new, no?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
You know what? I mean, I was
yeah.
about to say, will it sound appropriate or not? But 40s is the new 20s. Like, I just feel that there's no,
No,
age limit.
it's not the new 20s.
40s is the 40s.
40s is the 40s.
I'm telling
I
you.
don't want to be 20.
Yeah,
I'm very
you
happy
feel
being...
so free post 40.
Yeah, I agree.
You feel free from the expectations that people have from you, or rather, not from the expectations. People have expectations. You feel free from the pressure to fulfill everyone's expectations.
And your own pressure.
Yeah, exactly. So I it's not the new 20s, and it's
No,
is
it's
the new
40s. It's the coolest.
40s is the 40s.
Yeah.
Are the naughty 40s.
Lovely. Also, another thing that I mean, even when we talk about Jalsa, you're pushing the boundaries, leading on from ahead, I think 6 or 7 years back to even imagine that would be a little difficult, because people had this perception that if a film is only backed by a women character, I'm not saying female artist here or an actor, just female character pe based hoga, so I don't know how many people will come and watch that film. That was the stereotype earlier. Of course, you all have shattered it, and how. But was that difficult back then to have that conviction and to tell people that, it will work? Even before the numbers came in.
See, I didn't have to tell anyone, because there was someone putting in the money.
True.
They were convinced with the stories that, were about to be made with a female lead playing the central protagonist.
Yeah.
So I think, no, it wasn't difficult. Of course, there would be some, people would I don't think they even knew they were being offensive when they said things like, but फीमेल एक्टर के करियर में एक आध ऐसी फिल्में आती हैं, पर finally you have to do the formulaic films and all that. And I would never get deterred. I'm at the center of my universe, and I'm getting to be at the center of the story.
So good.
Thank you.
No, and also, I mean, I've been wanting to say this, that as an audience and even as an actor, if there was a career that I would look up to and say, I wish I would have had these opportunities and I had the grace to carry it the way it did, was Vidya's.
Oh my God, thank you.
Because not only, of course, Vidya Balan is a huge star, but it's a beautiful combination of an actor and a star. And she paved that path of women-centric films.
True.
She really did.
I have to agree
And
there,
if it's a Vidya Balan film, I want to go and watch it.
True. That people have certain expectation when it comes to your films. Do you ever keep that in mind when you're signing on anything?
I don't take the credit nor the responsibility on my shoulders. A film is a collaborative process, and I'm as good as the film is.
Right.
I could do a great job, but if the entire project doesn't work, I won't work. And, so I don't like to take that pressure. It's not my responsibility,
Correct.
and I don't even want to take the entire credit of it, because it's not correct.
Right.
It belongs to the entire team.
I agree.
I think I feel grateful that people have certain expectations. For example, knowing that the two of us have come together in this film, I feel that's a compliment. But having said that, I only work for myself. My choices are only guided by what excites me,
Right.
what I think might be challenging for me, or what has the possibility of fulfilling me.
Yeah. And that's the best place to be in also, right? I mean, you have to be happy with what you're doing.
Yeah.
At the end of the day.
And trust me, turn 40 and
Yeah.
I can't emphasize that enough.
But take me back, I mean, on a parting note, I want to take me back to a day on Jalsa set, which, if you had to pick just one day which was very challenging at the same time fulfilling for both of you as actors, what was that day?
I think there were. Let me talk about the scene between Shefali and me.
Yeah.
Because both of us are here, and that was a very delicate scene. It's been beautifully written, and I won't go into the details of it. But it's so layered because I think both of us are hiding something and hoping that the other one doesn't know. So, and worried about how much the other one might know. So I think that is a fantastic scene, and it was just like, it had us, we were alert that day.
Yeah.
No?
And there was this
Tension.
crackling tension.
Wow, I'm
Yeah.
already excited for that scene. Is it in the trailer? I don't
No, it's not.
recollect.
It's not
Yeah,
in the
because I don't recollect anything
No,
like this
it's
in the
not in the
trailer. So, Jalsa is of course releasing, and I'm very, very, very excited, and all the very best, because
Thank
I
you.
know
Thank you.
that films like this is why we love watching films as well. You know, as Hindi cinema lovers ourselves, Indian cinema lovers ourselves. So, on a parting note, now I want to know from you, from the way I started, the change that you have seen. I know there's a long way to go still. So what is the change that you want to see above it? Like, is there one thing in particular?
I want people to invest more money in our films.
Yes.
And I wish for more audiences to come into the theatres also to watch our films.
Yes. Gangubai just recently
Yeah,
released,
absolutely.
did great numbers. I'm so happy. Like,
Yeah,
good to see
absolutely.
that it was, I mean, people had their doubts, but when you watch it and when you see
No, it's also
doing
brought
numbers-
people back into the theatres.
Yeah.
It's a big deal.
Yeah, I loved the fact that it's doing so well. Do you have anything in mind?
Growth has already started, and I hope it continues, because there's a long way to go.
True.
As far as women are concerned. Also, it's like, at least in my case, I mean, it's kind of changing now, but it's like, या तो रोल देंगे या पैसे देंगे.
अब तो दोनों मिलेंगे, मिल रहे हैं.
मैंने सामने से देना पड़ा कि ये आप पैसे रख लो, मुझे रोल दे दो. So I'm really hoping that changes.
Yeah.
But I think we're on a wonderful path of growth, particularly for women. I mean,
Yeah.
we're blossoming, and I hope we never reach a point of saying, okay, we've grown,
Yeah, that's
because
good.
we'll just continue blossoming.
It's only onwards and upwards for all of us here.
True.
Because, and when I see y'all taking that first step, it also encourages women like us behind the cameras to take
Thank
that
you.
first step. So that is wonderful. So all the very best for
Thank
that.
you.
I'm looking
Thank
forward
you.
to it.
Thank you so
Thanks,
much.
Bhavna.